Hey there, this is Dwayne from FSHS with the University of Florida, and this is your orientation video for the FSHS 2020 virtual conference. This video is going to give you all the information that you need to connect to our virtual venue, and once inside, you'll have access to things like the general session, sectional meetings, virtual posters, and even a virtual lounge where you can connect with your peers. To accomplish this, we'll be using Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams allows us to put all the resources for your conference in one place. This includes the recordings of each session, presentation files and posters that were used during the session, as well as messages that were posted throughout the entire event. For the best experience possible, we highly recommend downloading and installing the Teams desktop application for either Windows or Mac. To download the app, open up your favorite web browser and then head over to aka.ms/download Teams. From here, you'll be able to download the desktop app for either the Windows or Mac platform. Once you have the desktop app downloaded and installed, you'll need to log into it using your university credentials. In most cases, this would be the same address that you used to register for the conference. If you're a guest user from outside the University of Florida, you'll want to check your email that you used to register for the conference and look for an invitation from Microsoft Teams. From here, you'll need to accept this invitation, which will prompt you to either log in to your Microsoft account, or if you don't have one already, it will guide you through the process of creating one. If you already have an account like a Hotmail or an Outlook.com, then you already have a Microsoft account. So now that you've got the desktop app installed, let's head over to Teams and see what this virtual venue looks like. I'd like to pause for a moment though, talk about what a team is and how we plan on using Teams for your conference. I'd like for you to think of this team as a virtual representation of the hotel that you'd normally be visiting in years past, with rooms for your presentations and sections, a place to browse posters, and to even get technical support. Inside of this virtual venue, you'll find rooms for each section, and these rooms give us a place to capture all of the information that's released throughout the entire conference, which can then be viewed later, just in case you miss something. So first, we'll start with the general room. This is the first thing that you'll see upon entry to the virtual venue, so think of this kind of like the hotel lobby. This room will serve as a place for information about the conference and announcements. This will act kind of like our PA system throughout the event, so be sure to check here often for news throughout the entire conference. In addition to announcements, you'll be able to access a few resources here. So be sure to check out this room, look into the Files tab, as well as the Agenda tab to see a master agenda for the entire conference. Now moving down on the left side, we have the lounge. This is a place where you'll be able to socialize with your peers. And we realize that virtual conference, we don't get that face-to-face connection that we would normally receive in years past with our traditional conferences. So we've made this virtual lounge as a place for people to connect with one another. So feel free to come in here, post a message, let us know that you made it into the virtual venue, and maybe even after hours, head over here to the top right and click the Meet button and start an instant channel meeting here that your friends can join. Now, as we continue to move down the left side, you'll see that we have more rooms, one for each section. So each room is going to contain information specific to that section. Once we enter it, be sure to check along the top again. You'll be able to access all the presentation files for each abstract presentation, as well as a filtered agenda that shows just that room's agenda. Inside of the Post tab, you'll be able to see scheduled meetings. Be sure to check the date and time of the scheduled meeting because some rooms have multiple meetings scheduled and you want to be sure that you join the right one. Once the meetings start, you'll see little camera icons pop up next to each room that indicates that there's a meeting running live inside of that room. And when you take a peek inside of that room, you'll see that the meeting status bar here has turned into a join button. Click this join button and be sure to configure your audio, your microphone, webcam, and those types of settings, and then head into the meeting. From here, you'll be able to use the call control bar, which will either be at the bottom of your screen or at the top of your screen. Be sure to look under the 3 dots menu to see extra settings like virtual backgrounds, turning on closed captioning, and things like that. You'll also be able to view the participants list as well as the meeting chat. This is where you can chat with your friends. Also, be sure to check out the GIF button so you can type in some pretty cool GIFs. Like if somebody gives a great presentation, be sure to give them some applause. One of the great things about meeting in teams using rooms is the ability to rapidly jump from one room to another. So if you're looking to make one session in the citrus room, but then quickly run over to the ornamental garden and landscape room and join that session, it's very fast. Just hang up for one call, click on the next room, click join, and you're in the meeting in just a few seconds. If there are sections that you do not have an affiliation with, you can remove them from your view by hovering over the room, clicking the three dots, and clicking hide. This will remove it from your list. This is a personalized view, so each person can build their view however they want. And think of this kind of like building your program so that you see the sections and sessions that you're interested in joining. As we continue down the list, on the left-hand side, you'll see the tech support room. We'll have the IFAS IT help desk on standby, monitoring this room for any trouble tickets that may come up. So please feel free to post here. If you're having additional problems, you can call area code 352-392-4636 to reach the IFAS help desk by telephone. And now we'll move down to the virtual posters. You can see an index of all posters here in the poster information room. We'll have a post created with a hyperlink to all the posters. You'll also be able to access them up here at the top, again using the tabs at the top of each room. We'll have a poster index for the FSHS posters with a hyperlink that will lead you directly to each author's room. If you look to the left under hidden channels, you'll be able to see that each author will have a dedicated room specifically for their poster where they'll be able to accept questions from attendees and carry on conversation about their poster subject. We'll also have a virtual poster room. You'll be able to access all the posters in a virtual reality environment where you'll be able to bring up each one, take a look at it, zoom in on it, and pan around. This is a really cool way of interacting with posters in this new virtual world that we find ourselves in. This concludes our orientation video for the FSHS 2020 virtual conference. We hope that you found this information useful and that it helps get you online quickly. Please remember, if you have any problems, you can call the IFAS help desk at 352-392-4636, or you can fill out a support ticket specifically for this conference at aka.my/FSHS 2020 support. Thank you again for your time watching, and we look forward to seeing you in Teams.